is the natural magnet. This natural magnet was extracted in magnesia, in the place magnesia. So this natural magnet is also known as magnetite. This natural magnet is also known as magnetite. Okay, this magnetite was the iron ore. Of course, all the magnets, natural magnet is a combination of iron ore, which is extracted from that iron ore, and that iron ore is nothing but lodestone. This lodestone is also known as magnetite. So, which is having the chemical formula of Fe3O4. The chemical formula of magnetite is known as Fe3O4. Okay. So, as I already said that magnets are classified into two types: natural magnet and artificial magnet. Natural magnet and artificial magnet. These artificial magnets are also known as man-made magnets. Man-made magnets. So, natural magnets are the magnets which occur naturally. Natural magnets are the magnets which occur naturally, and magnetite. This magnetite is the only natural magnet, right? Magnetite is the only natural magnet, and it is the ore of iron. It is from iron ore, right? So, if you give the example for this natural magnet is magnetite, also known as lodestone, and our earth. Since our earth in the part of core, the iron ore, which is in liquid state, acts as a natural magnet, so that our earth behaves as a magnet. Here, next, coming to the artificial magnet, and this artificial magnet is also known as man-made magnets. So, these are available in different shapes, like as I already said, that bar magnet, disc magnet, ring magnet, cylindrical magnet, any shape, right? We can design the magnets into our required shape. And horseshoe magnet, here bar, disc, ring, cylindrical, horseshoe magnet, right? And while comparing with this natural magnet and artificial magnet, you can make those as the strongest magnets. You can make those as the strongest magnets. Magnetic needle. Important magnetic needle. This magnetic needle is in the form of a bar, right, which is tapered from the center towards the ends, and this center is pivoted on a star, right, and it look like this. Right. The center is pivoted. Clear? So, it is the magnetic bar. To this magnetic bar, if you draw the center imaginary line, and it is known as the magnetic axis, it is known as magnetic axis. The dotted line is known as magnetic axis. So, magnetic axis is nothing but the magnetic center line, which is passing through the magnet. It is magnetic axis. Magnetic axis is present in the magnet through the center, passes through the center, and if we draw the horizontal straight line here from the center point, it is known as horizontal plane. Important term, horizontal plane, right? And it is denoted with H and it is denoted with M. Remember, if we draw the angle between magnetic axis and horizontal plane, and it is this angle is known as angle of dip, and this angle is known as angle of dip. Important. Angle of dip is the angle between horizontal plane and magnetic axis at a particular place. At a particular place. So this angle of dip may vary from place to place. Clear? Horizontal plane is the horizontal line passing through the center point of horizontal to the surface of the earth, right? Through the center point of the magnet, and magnetic axis is the axis which is passing through the center part of the magnet. If the angle between horizontal plane and magnetic axis is known as the angle of dip. Clear? And also that I already explained about magnetic compass. It is used to find directions. Types of magnetic substances. Types of magnetic substances. So magnetic substances are classified as three types. Right? Classification of materials is of two types: magnetic materials, non-magnetic materials. Classification is two types: magnetic, non-magnetic. Magnetic materials are the materials which are attracted to magnets. Magnetic materials are the materials which attracts other magnetic materials or other magnets. Right? Non-magnetic materials are the materials which are not attracted by magnets. So examples for magnets: iron, cobalt, nickel, steel, and some alloys. Okay. And examples for non-magnetic materials are wood, plastic, copper, brass, paper, glass, etc. Yes. And it is types of magnetic substances. Right? So, depending upon the property and the influence of magnets, the substances are classified as, there are three types: paramagnetic, diamagnetic, ferromagnetic. Right? Ferromagnetic. So simply the format is PDF. You know the format, PDF format images, or if you send any files through online, the format of images or the format of files will be PDF format. Right? Remember this PDF: para, dia, ferro. Paramagnetic, diamagnetic, ferromagnetic. It's easy, right? First one, paramagnetic substances. So paramagnetic substances are the substances which are weakly attracted by the magnets. These are weakly attracted by magnets. Paramagnetic materials are weakly attracted. Okay. Coming to the examples. The examples for this paramagnetic substances are aluminium, right? Manganese, chromium, platinum. Manganese, chromium, platinum, etc. So these are the substances which are weakly attracted to the magnets. Next, coming to the diamagnetic materials. These materials are repelled. The substances which are repelled, which means not attracted. Repelled in the sense which pushes away. Which pushes away. The substances which are repelled by magnet. The substances which are weakly attracted to magnets is known as paramagnetic. The substances which are repelled by magnets are known as diamagnetic materials, like copper. Example: copper, gold, bismuth, water, etc. Copper, gold, bismuth, etc. Like next one, weakly attracted, para, P, repelled, dia, strongly attracted, is ferro, strongly attracted. The substances which are strongly attracted to magnets are known as ferromagnetic substances, right? Iron, steel, nickel, cobalt, etc. Right? Remember, the format is PDF, types of magnetic materials, classification based upon the magnetic strength. So this is classified as PDF, para, dia, ferro. Weakly, strongly, in between, repelled. Weak, strong, in between, repelled. PDF, paramagnetic materials, weakly attracted, right? Aluminium, manganese, chromium, carbon. Diamagnetic materials, repelled by the magnets. Copper, gold, bismuth, water. Ferromagnetic materials, strongly attracted. Iron, steel, nickel, coke. Right? Next. As I already said that there are two poles of a magnet. There are two poles of a magnet. Every magnet, each and every magnet has two poles. Right? So, remember, we can find out the poles easily by doing a simple experiment. So, as we already done it in the previous class, in the magnets, separation of iron fillings from the soil. So, in those separated iron fillings, you place it on a piece of paper. Those bits of paper, if you place that iron fillings on a paper, and if you keep the bar magnet below the paper, so all these iron fillings move towards the ends of a bar magnet. Right? This is why it happens, because due to that these ends we call it as a poles. As we know that the poles has the maximum magnetic strength. Maximum magnetic strength. So that's why these iron fillings known as magnetic materials moves towards the ends of the magnet, and very few iron fillings are attracted towards the center place. Because of when you compare with the center, the ends has more magnetic power than the center place. So that's why these iron fillings gets attracted towards the ends. So those ends we call as a poles. So then, how can we find out whether it is a north pole or south pole? The poles are classified as two types. So one is north pole and one is south pole. Right? If you know the geographic north pole and geographic south pole, okay. A freely suspended bar magnet always shows that north and south poles. A freely suspended bar magnet always shows the north and south poles, right? But how can you find out whether it is a north pole or south pole of a bar magnet, right? A freely suspended bar magnet, if you suspend it freely for some time, so one end which always points the geographic north. So the pole which points towards the geographic north is known as north pole, and the pole which points south, The geographic south pole is known as south. Right. So some terms, general terms which are related to the magnet. So that first one is pole strength. First one is pole strength. Clear? So pole strength is nothing but the strength of a pole. Here we can see that North Pole, South Pole. Right? Individual capacity, the ability of a pole of a magnet to attract or repel other magnetic pole or other magnetic material is known as pole strength. The ability of a pole which attracts or repels other magnets or magnetic materials is known as magnetic strength. Right? So pole strength, it has the unit of ampere meter. Ampere meter, simply A. Right? Geometric pole. Geometric North Pole. Geometric pole or geometric North Pole or geometric South Pole. Simply we call it geometric pole. So geometric pole is nothing but the geometric end of a bar magnet. Right? It is the geometric end and it is the geometric end. The complete end of bar magnet is known as the geometric end. Geometric end. The complete end of a bar magnet is known as the geometric end. Clear? Next one is magnetic pole. Magnetic pole. Magnetic pole is nothing but magnetic pole of a bar magnet is always situated at slight distance. It is the distance is, let's say the distance is x. Let's say the distance is x. It is also x. So it is x units away from the geometric pole. Geometric pole is the complete end of a bar magnet. So the magnetic pole is situated at x units away from the geometric pole. So the pole which is situated at geometric North Pole, which is x units away from the geometric North Pole, is known as North Pole of a bar magnet, and which is x units away from the geometric end of geometric South Pole is known as magnetic South Pole. Clear? Next, equatorial line. Equatorial line. Right? Equatorial line. Right. So equatorial line is nothing but magnetic equator which is passing through the center part of the bar magnet in vertical direction, that is perpendicular to the bar magnet. Perpendicular to the bar magnet. So the line which is passing through the center of a magnet and perpendicular to the axial line, that means horizontal axis. Perpendicular to the horizontal axis is known as magnetic equator or equatorial line. Right? Next one is geometric length of a bar magnet. Geometric length. Geometric length. So geometric length is nothing but the distance between the two geometric ends of a bar magnet. The distance between the two geometric ends of a bar magnet is known as geometric length. What is geometric pole? The complete end of a bar magnet is known as geometric pole, which is presently north side is known as North Pole, geometric North Pole, and right side is known as south side is known as geometric South Pole. What is geometric length? The geometric length is nothing but the distance between two ends. It is the complete end and it is the complete end. So the distance between the two ends of a magnet is known as geometric length of a magnet. Right? On magnetic length. Sixth one is magnetic length. This magnetic length is also known as effective length, or this magnetic length is also known as effective length. Right? Effective length. The ends the distance between two geometric lengths is known as geometric length, and the distance between the two poles of a magnet from north pole to south pole is known as magnetic length or effective length is denoted by 2L. Denoted by 2L. So from this there is a relation between magnetic length and geometric length, so that the magnetic length is equal to 5/6 into geometric length. The magnetic length is equal to 5/6 into geometric length. And also that magnetic length also has the form of 2L. From center point to magnetic north pole is L. In the same way, from center point to magnetic south pole is known as L. So that L plus L, 2L. That is the distance between magnetic north pole and magnetic south pole. So the distance between magnetic north pole and magnetic south pole is known as effective length and also known as magnetic length. So magnetic length and geometric length has the relation. Magnetic length is equal to formula 5/6 into geometric length. Right? So I forgot magnetic axis. Seventh one, magnetic axis. Magnetic axis is the imaginary line. Magnetic axis is the imaginary line passing in horizontal direction, which cuts north and south pole. It is an imaginary line joining the magnetic north and magnetic south pole of a bar magnet. It is known as magnetic axis or axial line. It is also known as axial line. Right? So these are the terms which are related to this magnet.